This is Tojo along with my brother from another mother.
Psycho Break.
And today we are here to talk about a TV show called Hills that debuted on Stars actually tonight.
Yep, and as tonight, the two actors that portrayed in this TV series was Stephen Amell, who plays as Jack Spade, and his brother that happens to be Alexander Ludwig, who also plays as Ace Spade.
People may know Stephen Amell from The Green Arrow and Alexander Ludwig from the TV show Vikings. Now, this show is set in Duffy, Georgia, and the promotion is known as the DWL, Duffy Wrestling League, who was once owned by their father, Tom King Spade.
And Tom King Spade gave the promotion organization to his son Jack, which was the oldest. And his son Jack's pretty much left to actually run the script, the creating of the characters and everything. While the kind of brother is kind of just the ace is kind of just there.
Yeah, in wrestling, the heel is the bad guy, and baby face or face is going to be the good guy. Now, on this, Amell is the bad guy, Ludwig is the good guy.
However, in the actual scenes, though, what makes it kind of weird is that they don't portray the same as in real life. Stephen Amell, as character, actually is a good-hearted man who works for the family and stuff, trying to struggle to get this organization up into par, while meanwhile, his younger brother Ace is a little bit more of the heel side in real life than he is in the ring.
Yes, they are both all about Kayfabe, and for people who may not know, Kayfabe is where you portray a character in the ring and you also continue that character outside of the ring.
This even proceeds more when he's actually in church. Ace is in church and is peeing right before they go into church right in front of the tree, and hints to chunk a empty beer bottle in the grass, and just doesn't care that he just littered on the property on the church.
Yes, which is where Ace is showing more heel tendencies than face.
Right.
Now, their father has already passed away at this point.
Tom.
And Jack is doing his best, like Psycho said, trying to struggle with his wife and child to keep promoting this organization online. And they have done pretty good with one video even getting, I believe they said 10,000 follows, which is a good thing. But there's still a territory that is struggling, much like the old territories in the late 70s, early 80s were struggling. Amell, or Jack, believes that he is going to be the next Vince McMahon with the way he runs his wrestling league, as far as not only having the scripts for all the wrestlers, but also being the boss, which is what Vince McMahon has always done. Also on the show, the valet for Ace is a woman that they call Crystal. She has been with the organization for only 2 months. And basically the TV show starts out with them doing a match at the beginning of the show, and basically Ace goes off script at the end and drops an F-bomb with children in the arena, including his little nephew, who actually looks up to his uncle.
More so than he looks up to his own dad, which is kind of weird.
But understandable whenever you think about the whole kayfabe of it all. Also, one thing that I enjoyed about the show is it not only takes you into them as a character in the ring, but it shows you what they are like in real life, which I think is something that is very excellent. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I do agree with that. The other thing is, though, too, is about this is that it has a lot of character development that goes on, a lot with behind the scenes. You find out that Crystal knew Ace back when he played in football. She was only 15 years old at the time, and she says that she's after, I guess they lost a game or something. She
Yeah,
saw him
after
cry, and he's like, "I wasn't crying," but the
that's where she said that she knew from that day on that she would be the one to hit somebody with a chair for him.
yeah, the show now. As we delve deeper into the thing, the name of the episode is Kayfabe. So if you happen to watch through the end of the video and stuff, definitely stay tuned to see what our secret word is, Kayfabe. But the thing is that the character development of the characters you can see start to enhance and start to grow. However, the other company is FWD, I think. They're from Florida and they're trying to compete. They got a better promotion, better looks and cameras and everything, and better production. Meanwhile, Stephen Amell's Jack plays Jack. His place is falling apart. Like they had a fog machine go out. He's spending all this money on a fog machine, and the roof is leaking, and the rain's even falling apart. Like you can tell that he's really struggling. In the midst of this, though, another thing that happens is Ace pretty much ends up kind of getting a big head, even though he's a small town guy, starts getting a real big head in the episode too.
Yes, you can see how he enjoys the cheers and adulation of the fans so much in the ring that whenever he does not get outside of the ring, it makes him turn more to heel tendencies, like I said before. Also, whenever they are at a convenience store, Ace ends up showing more heel tendencies whenever he tells a story to the convenience store girl about how his dad was whenever the girl and her parents came over to eat dinner with him when they were kids.
And to catch you up, this is the reason he tells this story is because the girl calls him out because he was trying to steal a pack of bubble gum.
Of all things from a convenience store, why
Yeah.
bubble gum?
Yeah, and the story he tells, I mean, we're not going to spoil it here, but it kind of gives you the sense that Tom wasn't that great of a guy. Matter of fact, Tom was pretty much like he may have been loved in the ring, but at home he was pretty much hated. Like he was a
Yes.
real jack of all asses.
The town loved him, but the family did not really care for him. Anyway, getting along with the story, the rival of the father, who is a wild Bill Hancock, comes back to scout Ace for other promotions. And that gives Ace more of a big head than he already had. And Jack sees this, knowing that his brother is going to most likely end up what he sees as a body bag with the tendencies that he's taken.
Bill is actually acting like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, Bill himself, but yet he's actually addicted to opioids and stuff like that, and tries to introduce Ace to him and says, yeah, take the edge off, and and you start seeing that he's introducing him to drugs and all this other stuff. Now, the guy who plays Wild Bill, I apologize, I don't know his name, but he played the cop on True Blood. He was the he's the only bald cop with the horseshoe hairdo. But on this one, he actually, I mean, the guy's a good actor.
Yes, he is.
Because in the True Blood, the guy who played the cop played real stupid. In this one, he plays more of a ruthless smartass. This is pretty much already adding a divide in between the brothers that seem like that's already there. And anyways, not to spoil anything about the thing, because we don't want to spoil it. We just giving a little overview of what happens. But one of the things that I will say, though, this, and I'll let Tojo continue, is that this leaves you either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it type series. Because for those that aren't wrestling fans, they could grow to like it because it kind of gives them a peek through the curtain. But for wrestling fans, this would be good too. Overall, in my opinion, the first episode, in my opinion, is too early to tell. It is interesting because I like what they're doing with it. because you can definitely see by the end of the first episode, which is named Kayfabe, also secret word at the end of the video. The Kayfabe basically lets you know within, like, you watch it, you're like, wow, they got a lot of stuff stacked against them as a company.
Yes, not only that, but the brothers should be taking everything together where they're taking it separate on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of using their dad's death to bring them close together, they are using it to take little digs and jabs at each other.
Right. Every now and then one of them will say, you keep doing that, you'll end up like your dad, or you act just like your dad. So, yeah, it's... That part is actually kind of like...
It leads to the realness of it.
Yeah, yeah. But the conclusion of this first episode was kind of like, okay, I see what's happening there.
And Psycho Break didn't even understand how, when it ended the way it did, he didn't even understand it until I went to explain it to him.
Yeah. We're not going to go over the ending, though, but if you watch it, though, it was pretty cool. But he had to do what he had to do, and it made sense. And so for that, the pros of this this Stars Heels, is that the production value is really good.
Yes.
You see Luke Gallows in it in the Rumble. He makes an appearance. There's little off-and-end appearances of certain wrestlers on there, indie wrestlers. That's my pro for it as far as that, and it's got potential.
Yes, it definitely has potential to be a great series.
The con that I have with it is that if you're watching this strictly to think, oh, I'm going to see some good wrestling matches, this is more focused on the background of the story leading up to the match. The match is kind of like left in the background, really. I mean, like, it's not you're not going to be watching
the matches are not the main focus.
Right. And you can tell when you watch it because some of it maybe be 1 or 2 minute things, which I understand that with it being production, they couldn't actually do like a long...
They couldn't do no long 8-10 minute match or even longer than that.
Yeah. Probably if they build up to it in the season, they probably will do that. But right now, they're all like little quick finishes and stuff like that. But
yeah, you just see like the highlights of the matches.
Yeah. What would be the pros of this for Heels for you, in your opinion?
The pros, to my opinion, is that this TV show not only gives you kind of a sneak peek behind the curtain, but it also shows how two brothers can be divided by something trivial, such as Ace getting a big head. And I'm not going to go into detail on how that has been the case in real life with people I know, but certain things that brothers do will end up aggravating you.
And what's the con that you would say?
The con, I would have to say, is that this is a TV show about wrestling, not a wrestling TV show.
Yeah.
So if you, like Psychobert said, if you try to watch it for wrestling, you're not going to get much out of it. But if you're watching it for a show to know about wrestling, you will be able to get a lot out of it.
Now, with this being said, Stars is Stars, and so it wouldn't be, there is some nudity on there, but it's near
not
the very
for
end.
little kids.
Yeah, it's not for little kids. But the nudity that happens is more near to the end of the episode. But Stars is known for doing a bunch of nudity anyways. Spartacus, if anybody's ever watched that. But all in all, though, I would actually say that this, between if I had to do a scale, because I'm not doing a 1 to 10,
Let's
1
do
to
a
5.
1 to 5.
I would,
watchability.
yeah, I would actually give this probably a 3.5.
Where I would go more of a 4.
Yeah. Yeah, because the way that this episode was, and the reason why I give it 3.5 is because this literally feels like an episode that they had filmed, obviously all of them, but this feels like this was part of the second episode that was cut in half, and it really feels like that way this ended. And that's what it felt like. So it feels like it
left on a good cliffhanger.
It did leave on a good cliffhanger, granted, but it just, and it premieres every Sunday, so that's how that's going to work. Now, what could have made it better? Honestly, I mean, to be honest, there's still a lot more characters that you see that you're going to have to know their background. I'm sure if given the chance,
you're going to be introduced to more of the characters.
If the viewers are given, if the viewers support this show, you're probably going to get more of a background. I mean, this has potential to grow. But I would like to see how they're going to do the longevity of it. But I gave it a 3.5 for the simple fact that it's good to watch to get an idea of what it's going to be, because it's kind of like an over thought. Hey, this is what we got, blah blah blah. But on the other hand, though, like I said, I guess I don't know, but I just 3.5 is what I was thinking. I would have given it a 4 or something like that, but I just honestly, there was parts in it that I found myself looking at the Switch because some parts just seemed like they just didn't hold interest in me to me. And for a lot of viewers, if you're watching it, you want something to grab you and never let go. And there was times or two that I'd see Tojo looking up something, or something was looking up something, and it was not because the thing was boring. It was just that it didn't have anything going on at that moment that demanded attention. Like a lot of the times they re-talk over the same stuff over and over again in different
But this
scenes.
was the first episode.
Yeah, this was the first episode. But a lot of the times it's like they're really trying to drive this certain point home, and it's like, okay, I understand that. You made that clear, but
and to let people know, this is just our review of the first episode. Now, when later episodes come, we will give more reviews. And for all we know, it could get better, it could get worse. We have no idea yet.
Yeah.
But for the first episode, I definitely think it's interesting, and I want to see the second episode now.
Yeah, and the second episode is going to be called Dusty Finish. Be sure to tune in next Sunday on Stars to watch that, which if you have it on the app, they're usually about an hour and 5 minutes is what this episode was. But the Dusty Finish, and we will be giving our review next Sunday, as well as possibly giving our review of SummerSlam that following Saturday.
Yes, because SummerSlam comes on Saturday, along with NXT on Sunday. So we would definitely be happy to do our reviews on that too. Be sure to like and subscribe.
And make sure to follow and favorite. Also, you can catch Psycho Break on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch and YouTube. As far as the Becca Gaming crew here that's on here and stuff that support our channel, we definitely appreciate it. And the Becca Gaming crew actually stands for, the Becca Gaming actually stands for Break Every Chain Army. And really appreciate the followers and subscribers.
And we are the main ones that does anything on there, really.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm in talks with some potential other people that are local and stuff in my area, and they got some ideas for some graphic designs or something like that they know. So we're gonna hit up with them and try to get more outside people involved and stuff, and try to get this going and everything else. But hopefully we can have more. One of the things that we're gonna have coming up pretty soon. Make sure you stay. It's going to be exclusive to Becca Gaming. There's going to be a little surprise unboxing. Matter of fact, 3 of them, and we're not going to say what they are, but
we're just going to do that more as a little gift to you from what we're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be something that's going to be fun for us.
Yeah.
And we're just doing all this in fun.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is our personal opinion on our reviews. We did a review last week on the Suicide Squad, which you can watch it on either Psycho Break or Becca Gaming, both on YouTube.
Correct. And if you notice the video quality is different on different ones, it's because we're actually trying to find a good editing software. The one that was on Becca Gaming and stuff that Tojo edited looked really good. However, the one I did and stuff on the Psycho Break channel was kind of a little subpar, and that's not
but that's
on
the
me.
difference
That's
between free and
software.
paid software.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, that software that I did it on was a paid software I paid for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it just you gotta.
And we're gonna try a different software for this video just to find out what we think is the best. And if you can think of any software that you want to let us know about that we can download on our Android phones, please let us know. And we'd be more than happy to try that out also.
Yep. And also be sure, before we wrap this up, because we're going on 20 minutes here, we may have to trim some of this off. We'll probably end up having to edit all this part off. But if you would, be sure to take a look. We are going to be posting some of the outtakes that we've done We'll try to edit that and have that going because some of them are actually pretty funny. But yeah, so as always, like, favorite, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, be sure to follow the Becca Gaming channel as well as the Psycho Break channel. And as always,
break every chain.